Well, it's been almost 2 years since I've brought a 400,000 mile car to the dealership for an estimate. Last time it was an E55 AMG with 402,000 miles on it, and the repair estimate came in at over $8,500, not including a couple grand worth of stuff that they missed. So most recently, I bought this, a 2000 BMW M5 with a very low 409,000 miles. And even though I've already fully inspected this car, and even though I have all of the parts waiting for me in my garage to fix this car, I couldn't resist the urge to bring it to BMW and put this against the E55, pit two German super sedans against each other in a battle of repair costs. And after this, we're heading over to CarMax for an appraisal. And I have a feeling that after this video, I'm gonna know exactly how Hoovy feels after pretty much every single one of his car purchases.
You can't film out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I paid for a 1 hour inspection, which I'm actually really excited about because this gives me a chance to play my new game, Raid Shadow Legends. This is a totally free and highly addictive RPG that's available right now on Android and iOS. Playing Raid is the most immersive experience you'll have on a smartphone, and it has some of the best 3D graphics I've ever seen. You get giant boss fights, PvP battles, and hundreds of champions to collect and customize. I mean, check this guy out. These graphics are just killer. She's not too bad either. Raid is getting huge, and almost 10 million players worldwide have already downloaded the game in just 3 months, and after 200,000 reviews, it received a perfect score in the Play Store. It's totally free, and there's a new awesome rewards program for new players that gives you a daily login reward for the first 90 days. Oh, and the much anticipated update is now live. I just got the M5 back and I'm still playing this game, but what are you guys waiting for? Go to the video description, click on the special links, and this is gonna get you 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. Good luck. All right, guys, I just got done at the BMW dealership, and I'm in a Forest Preserve parking lot across the street from CarMax. We have about 20 minutes till my appraisal appointment, so we're gonna be going over this absolutely insane repair estimate right now. But first, I quickly wanted to give you guys a little bit of context on my M5 in case you haven't been following along. This car does have 409,000 miles on it, but it's actually in really, really good condition. I just drove it home from Atlanta. And it performed perfectly. So 99% of the general public would hop in this car and not know that anything was wrong with it at all, outside of a check engine light and an airbag light that come and go whenever they want to. And this was the exact same case with the E55. That car was sold, and actually another YouTube channel has it now, the Conforti brothers. I'll link them down below, but they've had it for a couple years now, and it's been fine. So these weren't cars that needed major repairs that I brought in just to get a high number. In fact, this M5 doesn't need any of the notorious stuff that everybody is afraid of on the M cars. This estimate for $17,000, mind you, does not include anything to do with the rod bearings that you got to replace every once in a while, the Vanos system, the timing chain guides, or any of the 8 individual throttle bodies. None of that is on this $17,000 repair estimate. Okay, so let's just go through this line by line, and I'll link the inspection video down below if you guys want to see some of these items and how they actually failed. But I will be covering that during the repair video as well, so stay tuned for that. So right off the bat, replace valve cover gaskets. $1,418. Oh, and in the repair video, I will break down exactly how much it cost me to fix all this stuff, but I think valve cover gaskets are maybe 40 bucks, something like that. And honestly, I don't think they're leaking. I think it's just the oil cap that is making them look like they're leaking. But anyway, 1,400 bucks for some valve cover gaskets. Now we have the main under shield. This actually fell off on me a couple of days. Check this out. I hit a curb kind of lower out of a parking lot, and it ripped off. So I got to replace that, but I didn't think it would be $614 for a plastic shield. That is a little excessive to say the least. Now check out this huge one. Install all catalytic converters. Now this car had the cats removed purposely, so I'll give it to them. This isn't really a repair that the car needed because it failed, but whatever the case may be, it's $4,800 for the catalytic converters on this car. Needless to say, I will not be replacing those. Next up, this is something the car does need. It needs a new belt. And I'm going to replace one of the tensioners. The other one is new, and the other belt looks fine as well. So I don't know, whatever. They're quoting $1,400 for basically replacing all the belts and tensioners and pulleys that are available, so not very specific. We have a left rear ball joint. It's actually the right rear ball joint that's bad on this this car, and I have a new one. I think it's only like 40 or 50 bucks, but they want $749 for one rear lower ball joint. That is awesome. Replace oil level sensor. Now this is leaking a little bit, and I think it's original to the car, and since these can cause issues, I wanted to replace this part anyway. I think it's like 30 bucks, something like that. I don't know, I'll cover it in the next video, but they want $512. This is very, very accessible. It takes maybe 5 minutes to replace. Okay, replace rear full stack. I didn't know what that meant, so I called and asked. That is the rear pads and rotors. So the brake pads and the brake rotors, they want $954 to replace those. I have those waiting in the garage as well. And then the airbag light, that is the airbag control unit. So I knew that was bad. Also, I'm pretty sure I can get a used one of these. I don't know, I gotta look into it a little bit more, but they want $2195.90 to replace that airbag control unit, and then they have to program it. I guess that's separate in the estimate, and $277, so like $2,400 for an airbag control unit. Pretty nuts. Then we have Perform LOF. LOF is lube, oil, and filter, for those of you guys who don't know. So basically an oil change for $320, and they said it's because this car has 10W60, which I didn't realize was any more. I didn't think the weight made a big price difference, but whatever. $320 for an oil change. Bleed clutch fluid, which is just brake fluid, $230. Transmission fluid, $373. Replace the brake light bulbs. Check this out, $117.80 for 2 brake light bulbs. Wow, that's pretty good. And then, if you do all of this work, you get free wiper blades. They didn't put a price down there. Right now, our total is $13,997. With tax, it's $14,34. But, no, I'm sorry. With, well, whatever. The estimate right here is $15,432. But he forgot the O2 sensors, so he wasn't able to add it to the sheet he emailed me. For, I believe, all of the O2 sensors, I'm not 100% sure, they want $15,094. So our grand total, sorry for the horrible handwriting here, is $17,027.12. And guys, I did cross out which dealer I brought this to because it doesn't really matter. They would all do the same thing with a vehicle of this age and mileage. They're basically going to throw the book at it, recommend everything just to cover their butt. And these are just how high the prices are at the dealer. I'm in Chicago. I think the labor rate's about $200 an hour, and then we all know about factory parts. So yeah, $17,000 to fix an M5. That really, to most people, is a perfectly good functioning vehicle. So with that being said, I'm going to remove this from the car. We're gonna head over to CarMax right now and see how much they'll give me for this bad boy. Well, it's not good. It's not very high, I'll tell you that much. My eligible tax savings, if I traded this car in, would be $109. And that's because they only offered me $1,500 for my 2000 BMW M5 with 409,000 miles on it that I just paid, like a few weeks ago, $8,500 for. So we have a $17,000 repair estimate that doesn't really cover much at all, and a $1,500 appraisal from CarMax. So what is the lesson to be learned here? Well, hopefully it's a lesson that all of you guys already know, which is when you have an older car, you don't bring it to the dealer for repair work. You find a really good independent shop, or you do it yourself. And also, CarMax does not take kindly to older cars that they cannot sell on their lot. A car like this, and I think cars over like 10 years old just immediately get sent to auction where they hope to make a few bucks. In this case though, could you imagine if this thing showed up at a Copart auction? I have a feeling it'd go for a little bit more than $1,500. So maybe CarMax does know exactly what they're doing. Well, that'll do it for today's video. I'm gonna go frame these two and hang them somewhere in my garage. And stay tuned for the next video on this car where we're gonna be fixing it up, and I'm gonna tally everything up for you guys to show you exactly what it costs to fix at home. With that being said, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, learn how to fix your own car and sell them on the street. You'll probably save yourself just a little bit of money.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Not much. Hey, unless you guys spoke to our home office and got authorization, you can't film out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like even media and stuff, like they have to go through our home office to get permission to do it.
Okay, we'll get out of here.
All right. Yeah. No